everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and tonight I just got back from seeing Late Night with the Devil, the brand new horror film, and I gotta say, this one for me is an instant classic. This is absolutely gonna be added to my my wheel of Halloween annual movies that I watch. I loved everything about this movie. For all intents and purposes, this is a found footage movie, but it's through the unique lens of being footage from a 70s late night talk show that they tell you at the beginning, like, oh, we found a recording of this broadcast that no one has seen in decades. And for the most part they stick with this. I will say there are a couple parts where they kind of cheat, and it's definitely like there's moments that they show on screen that they then establish were not recorded, like the cameras did not pick these things up. So as far as like how we saw this as the audience, I don't, it feels like they kind of broke the rules. I'm like, okay, so this part is not found footage then. Okay. But yeah, just overall, like the setup and the vibe that they're going for, like just the 70s style sets and the little I know there was some controversy because they have like those we'll be right back little artwork pieces that came up in between commercial breaks. There was some controversy because I think some of that had some AI in it, and touchy subject there. But yeah, just overall, just like the vibe and the way everything felt, and it was just really, really great. It's all happening on Halloween night, so there's like the Halloween decorations everywhere, and just the everything going on here vibe wise just really, really worked for me. I will say, what very few special effects there were, sometimes they were noticeable. Like, okay, you guys are on a budget, like I think there was especially whenever they have to do like some electricity stuff happens, and you're like, okay, the electricity looks kind of cheap, but somehow it kind of works for the movie because it's in the 70s. And honestly, I was getting a lot of especially towards the end, a lot of Tales from the Crypt vibes. Some trippy stuff kind of happens near the end. There's like some psychological trippy dream things where you're like, am I dreaming? Is this the past? Is this the future? Am I in hell? What's going on here? Some of that stuff starts happening, and again, it's just really Tales from the Crypt kind of weirdness at the end there. But yeah, just this was great. This was just amazing. So basically what it is 70s talk show. They go over the entire career. They have like the whole setup. They tell you the story of like how this show started and how it was doing really great, and then the guy lost his wife, and the show, all the ratings started declining, and they even like hint at like, oh, but there were rumors that like he has some connections with some rich people, and they go out into the woods and they pray to this giant owl statue, and there's like this whole thing, which, by the way, that is real. That part is real. Like, it's, you can go look it up. The whole thing with like the owl statue in the woods with all the rich people and some kind of weird secret society that they got going on, that is a real thing. You can go look that up. Now, it's probably not as it's depicted here in this movie. Obviously they're leaning into the whole like supernatural part of it, but it was kind of funny that they included that, because I'm like, yeah, that is the thing though. Anyways, but yeah, basically, so he puts on this Halloween show, and he's trying to get the ratings up, and he's trying to like basically just save the show, save everyone's jobs, and he seems to be a really likable, nice guy. But as the evening goes on and they keep on, like, weirder and weirder stuff starts happening, and incidents or things are happening where you definitely should have shut off the show by now, but because he wants those ratings, he keeps going. And you start seeing like, oh man, like the corruption of, I guess, network television is already like, even though he seems like a good guy, he's got to keep pushing people, and he keeps on like, no, we have to go, we have to save the show, we have to keep trying it, so it's just a great setup for like, even like why in a horror movie you wouldn't just stop, or why you wouldn't just leave, or why you wouldn't like all of that is solved by it being a live broadcast and they're trying to save the show. So like all of those questions of like, why not just walk away, why not just do this, you don't have any of those in this entire movie, because like you totally get it. They set it up perfectly. And there's also like this critic there, or not critic, but skeptic. There's this skeptic there who's like, you know, he tries to explain away all the supernatural stuff that we see in this movie as it goes on, and having him there, you know, like he puts just enough doubt in your mind. You're like, maybe some of this was a trick, and then like, you know, it's just, I don't know, just the way that the characters all played off each other. They just, man, this was a great movie, you know. And I know it's not playing in all theaters right now. I think I had to go to a different theater that I normally don't go to, because this one's not playing in my normal theater. So this one might be difficult for some of you guys to go see, but like I highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of that like 70s vibe. It's kind of cheesy, it's kind of corny. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's like the scariest thing in the world or anything, but I think if you're really into like what it's going for here, you know, this 70s night late show, like, but then crazy shit happens, like it really works. And yeah, I loved it. I loved this so much. I think this was one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Like, it's definitely gonna be like in the top 10 somewhere, because just everything about, even like the cheesy kind of elements of horror, this just played with so much, you know. And because it's based on Halloween night, I'm like, yes, a new Halloween movie for me. So anyways, yeah, that's my review. There you go. Late Night with the Devil. It is really good, especially if you are into the kind of horror style that I'm into. So anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.